Well, the experts are saying that Apple and Google, two of the biggest companies in the world, well, they're about ready to go through some big-time squeeze, man, facing some real pressure in the form of competition as a result of disruption. When culture, society, people, humans adapt their behaviors, businesses have to adapt or they die. Blockbuster, anybody? Anybody? They didn't adapt. Netflix figured it out. People are tired of driving every Friday night to go get a video and then forgetting about it and then getting a late fee. That's where the pain began. I would suggest to you, Alex, that one of the things that Blockbuster could have done, I've never shared this publicly, but I've mused on this myself. One of the things Blockbuster could have tried that I think would have at least made them be more aware of what Netflix was going to do and the disruption that was dangerous is they should have went to a drive-through model. I've always thought this. I think that would have been at least a good step for them to go, Can people just zip by? They order online or they order and then we just give them their video and making it easier and easier and easier. See, humans are about progress, so we all as soon as you blow us away with convenience, guess what? We adapt to that convenience and we want the next level of convenience. That's where drive-through comes in. Look at COVID. What happened at COVID? I still want food. I don't want to cook my food. But Fauci says I can't go out. Got to wear a mask. Are you interested in delivering my food? Small business people say, yeah, you pay me? Yeah. All right. Is there anybody that wants to go pick up the pizza? Nobody wants to go pick the pizza up. I want the pizza brought to my house. Right? So the point is that Blockbuster, and you've heard us talk, I mean, everybody talk about Blockbuster and ad nauseum. I mean, it's just, they didn't see it coming. They weren't ready for it. They didn't see the disruption. Well, Apple and Google are facing this, and there's something that we can learn from this. Well, let's just look at what's happening with Apple and Google. So after years and years and years, gee whiz, I feel like I've been seeing this in the news for 10 years, maybe more. Political people talking about it, competition talking about it, all about Apple's App Store. Well, the regulators look like they've finally gotten what they wanted. Apple is reportedly preparing an update to the iOS operating system this year that would, for the very first time, allow outside parties to offer their own app stores for iPhone and iPad. Now, Apple's position has been, look, we vet every iPhone and iPad app in-house to make sure that it meets security and content standards before you can use it. Okay? Well, the company justifies that by taking a 30% cut from most App Store transactions as a fair price to protect me because I got an iPhone. That's been the argument. Well, there's been a lot of big-time critics, including Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg, and everybody who is in Apple said, wait a second, the App Store is anti-competition. It's anti-competition. It's antitrust if you know those kinds of issues. Well, because there's no way for an iPhone user to install any software that's not in the Apple Store. It's not good for the consumer. Apple had to know that eventually consumers were going to go, I want something else. That leaves them ripe for disruption. Well, here it comes. The first real-world test, according to this Business Insight article, is this regulation now. If the App Store does open up and iPhone doesn't become a toxic hell stew, this is from the writer of this article, perhaps Apple will reconsider its approach. But here we go. Now they're going to see what it's like to have competition. More on that in a second. Let's talk about Google. The threat to Google is a little bit more stiff in the form of this new thing called ChatGPT. This is the popular chat bot made by OpenAI as an artificial intelligence. And it's getting a whole lot of buzz in Silicon Valley. Google is taking it seriously. The company's leadership at Google declared a code red over this Chat GPT. So now what is Chat GPT? It's really versatile and much more hyper-focused for a search. I'll give you an example. It can answer a simple question like, what is the population of Paris? Or what is the definition of gobbledygook? Fill in the word. Whatever the word is, it tells you. But this is really cool. Alex, have you heard of this thing? Chat GPT? You can ask it to write in the style of William Shakespeare about a Burger King menu. So effectively, what this does is you can say, write the description of the Ken Coleman Show in the style of William Shakespeare. And you input and it spits it back out. So it's going to allow you to develop content in a very customized, efficient way. That's going to enter my world pretty quickly is what I'm seeing. And it hammers Google. Why? Because all the critics of Google says if I put something in search, I'm not sure I'm getting the actual pure search. I'm getting something that has got sponsored results. I got all kinds of other stuff that I'm not really looking for because while it's not relevant to me, it's lucrative for you, Google. That's the deal, right? I search in how to make a ham sandwich and I get all kinds of stuff, and it's largely driven by who paid for their stuff to pop up when I typed in how do you make a ham sandwich. By the way, it's with pepper jack cheese and spicy mustard. So what's the challenge? What do we learn from this? Change is a challenge to Google, Facebook, Apple, and it's a challenge to me. But it makes us better. How? We're always aware, and we have an attitude of adaptation.